Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys new here my channel, my name is Alison and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'll be doing another foundation test, and this is their new launch foundation from BECCA. This is their Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation, and this is what the packaging looks like when you purchase this on Sephora.com or at Ulta. So before we go into this foundation, how it works and applies, I'm going to give you guys some background of this foundation. So first of all, I purchased this on Sephora.com and it retails for $44. And it comes in 1.23 fluid ounce, which is a lot more than 1 fluid ounce, which is a typical foundation. And this foundation, it only comes in 24 shades, and this foundation claims to be a medium coverage for sensitive, normal, dry combination, and oily skin. And also it gives you a natural finish. So this is a weightless, medium, buildable coverage foundation with a velvety, natural finish that mimics the look of smooth and healthy look. So this foundation enriched with BECCA's Glow Nectar Brightening Complex, and it also blends with natural ingredients and actives that help brighten, hydrate, and nourish the skin. This long-lasting self-setting foundation provides medium, buildable coverage that feels weightless and looks natural. So that is all the claim on this foundation, how it works on your skin. So let's try this out and see how it works on my oily skin. So moving on to packaging, this is what it looks like. It does have that kind of plastic finish squeezing tube foundation bottle, and it does have that mirror reflective design finish. And also it does come with a pump, and this is like a BECCA logo. And when you open it, this is what it looks like on the inside. It does come with a pump, so it's really easy to travel with and just squeeze out any single little foundation in the bottle. Oh yeah, so let's put on this foundation on my face, and I'm gonna give it a nice shake. I'm gonna do 2 pump for now. And this is what the texture looks like in shape. Like, it didn't feel like it's liquidy at all. So I'm gonna put it on this side of my face. So for base, I already used my Supergoop SPF 40. This is like my usual sunscreen. And for the base, I did use my Sisley Double Tints, like the serum primer that I used over my face. And for my under eye, I'm using my BECCA under eye brightening corrector. This is like the salmon shade, like just for my under eye. So now I'm just gonna blend one side of my face with my beauty blender, my Morphe sponge. I got this in the shade Sand. And one thing about purchasing foundation online on Sephora.com, it's really hard. It takes me like half an hour to figure out what shade should I purchase. I feel like it's matching my neck color, a little lighter than my original face color, but we're gonna work this out and see if it's buildable and if it can match with my skin tone, or just using a bronzer to give some color. Alright, so this is one side of my face with the foundation. It's looking a little lighter, but it does match my skin tone, and this side with my face natural color. And this is how much product I just used on my face on this side. So I'm gonna use the rest on my other side of my face, and let's see what's the finish and coverage. I feel like this foundation is not as easy to blend. I don't know if you guys can tell. You guys can see a little marks right there. You guys have to really work in with your sponge. So this is my face with the 2 pump foundation on my skin, and this is what it looks like from the camera. But then if you guys look closely, my first impression after applying, I feel like it doesn't blend very nicely, and it's not easy to blend with the sponge. I don't know with the brush, but I usually don't go for a brush because I prefer using a sponge this way. And I feel like it does give me like a light medium coverage, not medium, like full medium coverage at all. But I feel like I don't like the bendability. It's just like, it's not easy to blend it with the sponge. It kind of cling to the pores or cling to the lines. If you guys have lines on your face, it does that with this foundation, because I do have a little fine lines on my forehead, and then it kind of cling on those area, and something with that kind of moussey texture, like I don't know how to say, but the texture on the foundation, when I pump it out, I just knew it doesn't work on my skin tone. It doesn't blend very nicely, because I do have a couple foundation review. It's with the same texture and it doesn't blend well, and same thing happened. It cling to my fine lines, so my skin type is not good with those kind of like texture. But now I'm gonna let it set and see how it goes. I'm gonna do the full face makeup on and come back and see what's my impression after that. But for now, I'm gonna zoom you guys closely and you guys can see what happened and what I'm saying, because it doesn't blend very nicely around my nose area. It formed the lines and emphasizing my whiteheads and my pores on my tip of the nose, and around this area it just emphasizing my pores, and I don't like it. Just kind of like sit on top of my skin. It doesn't blend nicely and flawless. So that's my opinion, my first impression on this foundation. I'm gonna do my full face makeup on now and see how it works on my skin. Hi guys, I'm back for the full face makeup on, and my first impression doesn't change at all. It just still settle on my pores, my whiteheads on my face, and my lines. It feels really not dry, but it feels like it emphasizes everything that I have on my face, so I don't feel like this foundation it will look nice throughout the day. But I'm gonna wear it still to see how it works on my skin and on my face for 5 or 8 hours and see how my natural oil come through and mix with this foundation. But everything else on my face that I layer on top, it doesn't blend very nicely. My blush, my contour doesn't blend very easily as usual, and I feel like it just clings to my lines when I put on my bronzer around my forehead area. So this foundation, I don't know how it works on my skin, but what I used on the contour, I used my Too Faced Bake Luminous Glow Bronzer in Sweet Tea. This is like my favorite summertime bronzer. And then I have this highlight from Giorgio Armani Microfill Loose Powder. And for my concealer, Too Faced Born This Way Concealer. And that's it. That's what I use on my face. So when I put on this foundation, it was around 12:30. So I'm gonna check back in with you guys later on and see how this foundation works. And I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, I'm back for the midday check-in, and now the time is 3:42, and last time we applied this foundation it was at 12:30, so about 3 hours. This is what the foundation looks like on my skin. I have to say I really don't like this foundation because it's separating on my chin area. My nose, around my nose here, you see the redness because I was blowing my nose. I have allergy, so some of the foundation is already off on this area. And other than that, my face is a little cakey. I can see my concealer up to this area. I can see a little separation. It doesn't really combine with my foundation, and I feel like it's showing my pores on the center of my cheeks and on my forehead as well. I do have just a tiny little oil come through considering it was hot out there. So I feel like within this 3 hours, the oil control is pretty good on my oily skin for now. But right now I feel like the oil control is pretty good for now in this 3 hours, but I don't know what happened after another 3 hours on my oily skin. But so far I just have a little oil come through. It's not really visible. You can see just a little like healthy sheen going on, and that's very normal on my oily skin. And considering this is like a more hydrating foundation, I feel like it's not that bad on the oil control, but it's just that the texture on this foundation, it doesn't work well on my texture and acne prone skin. And as usual, my chin area, I do have a lot of texture, and nothing, like no foundation really stay put on my chin area. It just always separate after a few hours, and that's just my skin issue. I don't know how to kind of solve this issue on the separation with the foundation. But then so far, the foundation with the oil control is pretty good. It just doesn't look nice on my texture skin, large pores skin, and it kind of emphasizes my lines on my forehead and emphasizes the pores. Other than that, I'm gonna check back in with you guys and see how it works after a few hours. Hi guys, I'm back for the final check-in. Now the time is 7:50 42. So I've been wearing this foundation on for about 8 hours, and this is what it looks like on my face. And during the 4 to 5 hours mark where I usually get oily during the day, and surprisingly on this foundation it didn't get me as oily as my other foundation did a couple days ago, and I was pretty surprised how long it wore on my face. It didn't get me oily to the point that I have to blot it right away. So right now for the 8 hours mark, I feel like this is a good amount of oil produced on my oily skin, and it didn't get me very oily. I really like how the oil control. And the reason I'm saying I'm pretty surprised on this foundation how long it wears on my face without a lot of oil produced, because it is infused with moisturizer, and I feel like avocado is something that it really moisturize your face. And with my oily skin, I thought it would get me super oily with that ingredients, but it did the opposite way. And I feel like it might be because of the moisturizing, the nourish that it put into my skin, and it just helped my skin moisture and produce less oil. And that is like my thought. And right now with the 8 hours mark on this oil on my face, I feel like it's durable. I don't feel like I have to blot it. This is like a very nice natural sheen on my face. So now I'm zooming you guys in a little. This is what it looks like close up on my face. So in the far distance, it looks nice, but not perfect like my Beauty Blender foundation. But then when you close up on my face, you can see like the separation start getting on my chin area. You can tell there's foundation on top of the skin. And also around my nose area, when I check in on the midday, it's already off because I was blowing my nose with my allergy. And on the center of my face, I feel like it's less kicky because of the oil coming through. It just kind of mixed with the foundation. But you can still see a line of my concealer, and my foundation is kind of like separate two different parts. But other than that, I feel like with the oil come through, everything looks better. With the lines on my forehead right here, you can still see it forms the line, enhance the line, but it's not crazy. But then I just don't like this part of my face right now. It's kind of like separating. You guys can tell foundation is on the skin. It's not as natural as I like it to be. I can wear this foundation up to 8 hours mark, but I don't think I will keep using it because I really don't like how it blends on my face with my sponge, and it's not very easy to blend on the face, and that's something that it's really important to me because it's not like sinking into my skin that combine my skin texture. I feel like the foundation is just sitting on top of my face. And also when the foundation dries, when you apply it, dries down to semi-matte, but then it does enhance the lines I have on my forehead, which my other foundation, it doesn't do that to my oily face. But this foundation, I don't think I'm gonna keep it, although it really lasts me a very long time with my oily skin. But I feel like the blendability and how it sits on top of my skin is not looking as natural as I like it to be. So I think I will pass this foundation and looking for something else that it does the same job but it controls the oil better, or it just blend on my face better with my texture, large pore skin. But as long as the coverage, I feel like it's a very light medium coverage. You can build it up to medium, but I feel like the more you put on the layer, it just kind of look a lot cakey with this foundation. So I don't recommend building up more than 2 layers on this foundation at all. So that is all my review on this foundation, and I hope you guys enjoy watching this video, and I hope this video does help you guys out to consider buying this foundation. And if you guys want to see more foundation review, please subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!